And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everyone. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Clarksville, Missouri, where we are at Clopton High School. And we're about to see two games tonight. The first game is going to be the Ellsbury Lady Indians versus the Clopton Lady Hawks. These are both varsity basketball games. And then the Ellsbury Indians versus the Clopton Hawks. Like I said, both of these games that we see tonight will be varsity games. They also have junior varsity games going on at this time over in the older gym. But they're running the girls game, the girls varsity, and the boys junior varsity at the same time. And then later on, the boys varsity over here and the girls junior varsity over there. But we're not over there. We're over here. And we are going to see this game. And hopefully this Wi-Fi will stay up tonight. It's so far the computer's saying that I'm getting everything in. If nothing else, I'm recording the game. And I will, if I have to, I will download them onto YouTube. If they just come out horrible over this broadcast, then I'll just download them over to YouTube after I get home tonight. I don't want to do that. I want to get to bed at a decent hour because I got to get up and drive to Texas in the morning. So anyway, tonight, like I said, this is the girls game coming up. And the Lady Indians right now are 3-4 on the season. They won their first three games, and then they've got a 4-game losing skid going on right now. They played some pretty tough teams, though, in those 4 games. Let's see. Their last loss was the Fort Zumwalt East Tuesday night. But they look good. And if you watch the game, you've got to there's no way you can say that they weren't with them the entire game. I mean, they were leading in the third quarter. Actually, at the end of the third quarter, they were 1 point ahead of Fort Zumwalt East. And Fort Zumwalt East is coming off of a second-place finish at the Winfield Tournament. And I watched them in all 3 of their games there, and they looked very good. Much bigger school, whole lot more athletes to choose from than Ellsbury has. And Ellsbury stayed right with them until just the very end of the game, and East was able to pull away. But now they are up against the Clopton Lady Hawks, and no matter how you look at it, these Lady Hawks are always a good team. They are 3-1 on the season. They just took third place in the Montgomery County tournament, and they just defeated Canton Tuesday night, 41-40, which obviously was a tight game. Now, looking back over the years, it's kind of depressing to do that. And like I said, Clopton has always had a good basketball team, girls and boys both. I remember back whenever I was in high school, back in the 70s, Clopton was known for their basketball teams. But overall, in the last 10 years, Clopton has a 20-1 advantage over Ellsbury. Ellsbury's only won 1 game against Clopton in the last 10 years. That last EHS victory was the 9th of February of 2009. So it's been a while. It's been 10 years since the Lady Indians have beat the Lady Hawks. The last meeting was the 23rd of January of this year, in 19. It would have been last season. And Clopton won that game 57-36. If I remember right, I think that was in the Bowling Green tournament where that game was. So anyway, newer season this year, and we'll just have to see how this game turns out. But let me go ahead and go over the rosters of these two teams, how they're going to play out tonight. And for the Clopton Lady Hawks, we're going to have number 11, Taylor Akers. She is a junior. Number 13, Megan Harrelson, a junior. Number 15, Madison Akers, a freshman. Number 20, Stephanie Talbert, a senior. Number 22, Mary Margaret Garrett, junior. Number 24, Shawnee Yates. She's a freshman. Number 31, Madison Parrish. She's a senior. Number 33, Madeline Bruni, freshman. And what was that, number 33? Number 35, Kerrigan Lockard. She is a junior. Number 40, Logan Hall, a junior. Number 53, Abigail Patchen, a sophomore. And number 55, Jaden Jeans, a freshman. They are coached by Devin Streed and assisted by Robert Omohundra. And that is the girls' team for the Clopton Lady Hawks. Now for your hometown Ellsbury Lady Indians. On the roster tonight is number 2, Tanisha Henderson. You'll hear me call her Tiny. She's a 5'2" junior. Number 4, Peyton Robinson, a 5'9" sophomore. Number 5, Addison Steele, a 5'6" freshman. Number 10, Candace Dowell, a 5'3" freshman. Number 11, Neosha Henderson. She's a 5'1" freshman. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. She's a 5'7" junior. Number 14, Abby Jenkins, a 5'5" sophomore. Number 15, Mackenzie Gladney, a 5'8" freshman. Number 20, Kelsey Flaster, a 5'9" sophomore. Number 24, Lily Smith, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 25, Samara Manuel, a 5'10" freshman. Number 31, Bella Mozzie, a 5'8" sophomore. Number 32, Olivia Kinsler, a 5'10" freshman. Number 41, Alyssa Love, a 5'6" freshman. And number 43, Tyra Henderson, a 5'7" junior. And that is the roster for the Ellsbury Lady Indians. Head coach is Carrie Koch-Dowell, assisted by Brittany Koch-Dowell. And get the camera turned around here, and you can see that the young ladies are out there, the captains of the teams, and the referees, and the coaches. And they're out there telling each other, please don't kill each other tonight. And don't blame the referee for everything that we do. At least maybe that's what they're saying. I'm not sure. I'll give you the starting lineups as they give them. I found out that's easier because sometimes they change at the last second. So I can pretty well guess what it's going to be for Ellsbury, but I do not know what it's going to be for the Clopton Lady Hawks. And I got a little bit different setup tonight here, so I'm hoping that I can keep up with the scoring and everything. It's a little more awkward the way I am sitting here tonight, but we will try. And so anyway, got a little over 3.5 minutes to go till this game starts. So let's go ahead and take a quick break here.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. When you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we are back. Starting lineup for Ellsbury is Tanisha Henderson. Well, let me get through Clopton. Number 11, Taylor Akers for Clopton. Number 13, Megan Harrelson. Number 31, Madison Parrish. Number 35, Kerrigan Lockard. And number 40, Logan Hall. And once again, the starting lineup for the Ellsbury Lady Indians. Number 2, Tanisha Henderson. Number 4, Peyton Robinson. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. Number 15, Mackenzie Gladney. And number 43, Tyra Henderson. So we are getting ready to start this game. And the Lady Indians are out on the floor right now. And it looks like it's going to be Peyton Robinson jumping against Kerrigan Lockard. And they're going to re-jump that because the ball just kind of came straight down. And all right, and Clopton in control of the ball. In white, and they are going to the right. There is a three-point shot. Good. Put the ball up. Rebound after rebound after rebound, and finally it's put up by Kerrigan Lockard, and she has 2 points. And Clopton starting off with the full press. So quickly 2-0 for Clopton. And like I said, they're starting off with a full press. And we got to see if. And Mackenzie Gladney is taking the ball up the court. That ball is picked off by Lockard. And she goes in for a layup and does not get it. And she draws a foul on Mackenzie Gladney. That is Mackenzie's first foul of the night. Second shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound over to Gladney. And here is Tiny Henderson bringing the ball up the court. She has it on the outside over to Robinson. Gets it on the post. There's Tanisha Henderson for 2, and it is good. Score is tied 2-2. And pressure, full court pressure for Ellsbury. And Mackenzie Gladney quickly picks up her second foul. We are less than 2 minutes into this game, just a little over a minute into this game, and Gladney already has 2 fouls. There's the ball down deep, and the ball is stripped and given to Tanisha Henderson. And she gets the ball down the court. There's Candace Dowell for 2 points, and no good. Rebound back to Clopton. That is Taylor Akers with the rebound and handling the ball back down. And she was being hounded by Tiny Henderson. And here's Taylor Akers on the outside dribbling around. They get the ball in deep to Lockard. She puts it up for 2 points. Once again, full pressure for Candace Dowell. She tries to drive in, and the ball is stripped away. And a timeout is called by Clopton. Sitting there looking at my Wi-Fi, and it is not doing real well. I'm supposed to be able to get onto the good Wi-Fi, but I can't find it on the computer. I've got the password, but I can't find the Wi-Fi. All right, so here's Clopton. Ellsbury's taking the pressure off. And Clopton holds it around. They hold it out. They get it down onto the baseline. And here's Akers for 3 points. No good. Rebound is to Clopton, and it looks like a foul is called. It's probably going to be against Ellsbury. And that foul is on Kylie Kinsler. It'd be her first. So the ball out of bounds underneath to Clopton. And the ball went into Candace Dowell. She gets the ball down low to Peyton Robinson, and she takes it in for 2 points. Score is tied 4-4. There's Taylor Akers, gets it down on the baseline, and there Robinson steals it again. Kylie Kinsler in for the layup, and it is no good. Carolyn Lockard bringing it up, gets it over to Akers. She goes for 3. No good, and it bounces up out of bounds off the top board. .4:58 remaining in the first quarter. The score is 4-4. Long pass to Tiny Henderson. She puts it up and no good, and Kerrigan Lockard with the rebound. Lockard out on the point. Back over to Akers. There is 2 points for Logan Hall. There's Tiny Henderson bringing it up the court. She gets it to Peyton Robinson. And she couldn't get the ball down on the floor fast enough, and she is called for travel. There's Akers for another 3-point attempt. No good, and fight for the ball underneath for the rebound. So here's Akers out on the high point. She's dribbling it around. Gets it to Carolyn Lockhart at the free throw line. There's a three-point attempt. She gets her own rebound. No good. That was Megan Harrelson, and Ellsbury up with the rebound. And here's Candace Dowell bringing it down the court. Gets the ball to Tiny Henderson, and she drives in and misses. And the ball's knocked out of Tyra's hand and goes out of bounds against Ellsbury. Clopton leads this game 6-4 with 3:27 remaining in the first quarter. Cross-court pass is broken up by Bellamazzi. And Clopton gets it back. Three-point attempt, and it's good. That is Megan Harrelson for 3 points. Candace Dowell bringing it down the court now. All right, a lot of pressure there. Ball is knocked out by Clopton, stays with Ellsbury. All right, and there, Tyra Henderson's trying to get away to get the ball, and that foul is called on Stephanie Talbert. That's her first of the night. And now Tiny Henderson with the ball. She gets it across the timeline. Over to Candace Dowell. She drives the baseline, gets it underneath to Bellamazzi. She gets the shot up, and the shot is no good, but she does draw the foul. That foul is on Stephanie Talbert, and that's her second. Puts Bellamazzi on the line for 2 shots. First shot is up and rims out. Second shot is up and does not go in. And Clopton quickly down the court. Getting the ball out on the perimeter. Over to Akers up on the point. And there's Kerrigan Lockhart from 15 feet out. And Clopton gets the rebound. All right, down deep to Kerrigan Lockhart. She throws it back out. And they're just playing catch there. Looked at a three-pointer. There's Kerrigan Lockhart from about 5 feet away, and she puts it in. That's 6 points for Lockhart already. And Tiny Henderson doing some fancy dribbling up through there. Tyra Henderson now driving the baseline, gets it back out to Tiny Henderson. Having a little bit of trouble driving in. Bellamazzi with, that's lucky Kylie was able to get that. And there is Tiny Henderson for 3. So Clopton brings it up the court. 1 minute, 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Kerrigan Lockhart up, and the ball does not go in. On the rebound, the ball is stripped away from her. And now here's Candace Dowell bringing it up the court again. She gets across the timeline, gives it to Tiny Henderson. Bellamazzi out on the point, and Tiny Henderson goes to drive in. 10-foot shot, no good. And Candace Dowell gets the rebound. It was starting to get away. 40 seconds remaining. Bella Mawsey with the ball, and back to Candace Dow. They're just kind of throwing it around right now. Ball is fumbled around, and the whistle. See what this is. Okay, there's a foul called on Clopton on Madeline Bruni. That's her first foul of the night. Each team has 3 fouls right now. So here's Kylie Kinsler to take it out. Very strong defense for Clopton. Peyton Robinson with the ball now. She's looking to drive it in, decides she can't do it. There's Kylie Kinsler, gets the ball up. Tyra with the rebound, and the ball just will not drop in. And they're saying that ball was off of Ellsbury. I saw it differently, but that's all right. 6 seconds remaining. Clopton with the ball down. Threw the ball up and no good. And that is the end of the first quarter with the score, Clopton 11 and Ellsbury 7. And so, again, at the end of 8 minutes, the score is 11-7. Let's take a quick break.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, to start the second quarter, it is Ellsbury's ball. Tanisha Henderson gets the ball over the timeline, and that pass is broken up by Lockard. But it stays with Ellsbury. All right, so they just redo it again just 6 seconds later. Bella Mawsey with the ball driving to post. And it was tried to get it to Peyton Robinson underneath the basket, and they say the ball was off of her, so it goes over to Clopton. Cross-court pass, get it out to the high point. Another long pass. There's Kylie reaching in. Knocks it out, but Clopton maintains control. All right, and that foul was called on Bella Mawsey. Went out of bounds. And here's Clopton with the ball, keeping it on the floor on the outside. Ball was put up, no good. Peyton Robinson with the rebound. And here's Tanisha Henderson bringing it up the court. Peyton Robinson gets the ball back to Tanisha, over to Tyra. Back to Tanisha Henderson. Tyra Henderson, they're just passing it around. There's a free throw shot for Tiny Henderson, and the shot was no good, and Clopton up with the rebound. Kerrigan Lockard up with the attempted layup, no good, but she draws the foul. And that foul is called on Tyra Henderson. That's her first. First free throw for Lockard is good. She is 1 for 3 tonight. Second free throw is good. As Candace Dow gets the ball down deep to Abby Jenkins. Get the ball down on the baseline to Peyton Robinson. And now the ball's underneath to Abby Jenkins. She is tied up. There's Candace Dow with the ball. Here's Peyton Robinson for three. No good. And Abby Jenkins tried to save that ball, but just couldn't quite do it. And I know this is shutting down a lot here, this broadcast is. So it may be when I get home tonight, I have to upload this game from the recording. I don't know. I'll see what I can do between games. Carolyn Lockett put the ball up. No good. Puts it back again with her own rebound and has another 2 points. Score is 15-7. And that foul is Taylor Akers. That's her first of the night. And who's that? That's Logan Hall drives in, and Peyton Robinson is called with that foul. That's her first of the night. First free throw attempt for Logan Hall is no good. Second free throw is no good, and Peyton Robinson up with the rebound. And Ellsbury's called for a walk. Cross-court pass down onto the baseline. There's a three-point attempt, no good. And Tanisha Henderson up with that rebound. Kerrigan Lockett gets into Logan Hall, and there is 2 more points for her. 17-7 is the score. 2:36 remaining in the half. Clopton on top by 10. Let's take a break.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a